So here I'm asked to find the natural domain and the natural range of this function f of x equals the square root of x minus 4. So if we start with the domain, okay, the restriction that I have on my domain, the things that I can put into my function, well, the square root of a negative number, I cannot take the square root of a negative number. I could take the square root of 0 or the square root of 16 or the square root of 20 or something like that, but I can't take the square root of negative 20. There's no number that multiplies by itself to give me a negative number. So my number, the bit that I take the square root of, namely this x minus 4 piece that I'm taking the square root of, that cannot be a negative number. And a better way to write that mathematically would be to say that x minus 4 has to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, it can be 0 or it can be bigger than 0. It can be positive because I can take the square root of a positive number. So solving this inequality, x must be greater than or equal to 4. So just adding 4 to both sides. So I see that my domain is such that x is a real number where x is bigger than or equal to 4. Okay. Now, what effect is on my range? Well, my range, the smallest thing that I could get back out would be a 0. That would be if I took the square root of 0. So if x was 4, I would do 4 minus 4 is 0. I'd be taking the square root of 0. I would get 0. So y is a real number such that y is greater than or equal to 0. 0 is the smallest thing I could get out. When I take the square root of a number, I can't return myself a negative number. So as low as I can go would be 0, and there is no upper bound. So taking the square root of 100 or the square root of 1,000 or the square root of 1,000,000, there's no upper bound. There's no point in which this stops. So that is the natural domain and range for that function.